G'day there. It's Bolt Bucket. Just having to adjust this idle here so I can get going. Get home and watch my mate Truck and Biker. Let's see him do his thing, what he's up to this episode. See you next time.
What's up, guys? Truck and Biker. Like the intro by Bolt. Yeah, go check him out. Bolt Bucket. I'm gonna try to put a link down below, but every time I do that shit, it doesn't work because I suck at YouTube. But I'm gonna try. You can all watch me fail miserably. So, just hanging out today. Not really doing much with the bikes. Got that one took for a little ride a little earlier. And then got a phone call that my ceiling had collapsed from the wife. Apparently my AC had overflowed. So I gotta fix drywall now. And I don't do drywall. So this will be interesting. I'm not gonna film that. You guys get to watch me fail enough at this shit. But I am good at this. Ooh, 3 racks of ribs. Sorry to make you hungry. But I wanted to do a talking head video today. I don't think I've done like a full talking head video, and I'm gonna suck at this because I keep wanting to look at me in the camera and not the actual camera because, yeah, I get confused easily. So I started this whole channel with the premise behind getting into motorcycles, and I'm gonna try to figure out how to put pictures in of the bikes I talk about. If I don't, I'm sure you guys know how to use Google. But one of the things I hear a lot of YouTubers talk about and stuff like that is start with something small. Yeah, if you're gonna do a street bike, crotch rocket, whatever you want to call it. On those bikes, CCs really make a difference. Because, put it this way, if I can not make you guys throw up by spinning around in circles, we'll just get him sitting on the bike. Fuck it. He likes being in YouTube anyway. Yeah, that's a little warm, isn't it? Getting off the bike, he got a cramp. Shows you how much he works out. So, that's 1,464 cc's, 88 cubic inch. And I think it's a manageable bike. Do I think it's a beginner bike? No. It's a wide glide. It sits a little tall, unless you're a taller guy. I'm 5'10", 5'11" if I've been to the chiropractor. This is my brother's bike. It's a 700 cc parallel twin. We'll do a wheelie without you wanting to do a wheelie. It's got a lot of fucking get up and go. It's not an extremely fast bike. It's, I think, 120, 125 top speed, which is still admirable. It'll get you a ticket or a trip to jail, whatever. But if you're getting into motorcycles, go for comfort. Go for something you like. And if it's your first bike ever, you've never really ridden a bike, get something cheap. I'm talking go on Craigslist, find something that's in good running order. That it starts, it runs, and the tires are good. It's all you need. Getting into motorcycles. Gear and all that good noise, yeah, you're going to have to put a couple $100 behind, about to the side. So if you've got $2,000 and you don't own a helmet or jacket, shit like that, you don't need the pants and all that. You need a decent pair of boots, which you can get from Walmart for like 30 bucks. You can get a jacket off Amazon. I got an HWK that's got CE rated inserts and pads and all that. I don't really wear it. It's riding gear is uncomfortable. If you want to be safe, you're going to be uncomfortable. Just wear a fucking helmet. At least leave a pretty corpse. So, it's one of those, if you want to get into street bikes or upright nakeds like this one is, then I'm not the guy. Yeah, you don't want to come to me about that. That is not my forte. I ride that down the street and my lower back goes, yeah, I hate you now. But I can ride this little 125 around all day long. It's comfortable as hell. It really is. It does 60 miles an hour top speed with my fat ass on it. So, take a look at Craigslist. Take a look at your local Facebook marketplace. Look at OfferUp. Look at, all your little places to go. And yeah, this lighting is going to come in and out because I'm not standing still. And I'm in one of those moods today, and I'm going to move around. And you guys are going to move around with me. Bear with it. We're also going to drink beer because beer is proof God loves us and wants us to be happy. So, and that's coming from an atheist. But take a look at some of your smaller CC cheap bikes. I know you can get a Harley Sportster, Iron, stuff like that for $3,000. I think that's about the going price for a decent Harley Sportster in good running condition. I've looked at enough fucking Craigslist posts and everything else looking for a project I want to do, which is a secret. We'll get there when I get enough followers. I just haven't figured out what I want to do with it yet. But one of the greatest bikes you can start with is a Honda Shadow 650. It's an amazing bike. It'll do highway speeds without you asking much from it. It's extremely comfortable. It's got enough get up and go that you won't get bored with it fast. You can also get one for $2,000 or less on Craigslist, on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not even going to mention this with every bike. You can go to Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, all this. You can find all these bikes for cheap. And the great thing about these bikes are, you can buy them. All the bikes I'm going to tell you in this video is you can buy them for whatever price I say. I'll give you an estimate. And you can ride them for 6 months to a year and turn around and sell them for that. As long as you don't just horribly fucking crash it. And now you have your own project to rebuild. But the Honda Shadow 650, doesn't matter what dress package you're looking for, if it's the Aero or if you want it to be kind of a street bike, or if you want it to be, I didn't say street bike, but like bobber style. They make those. They make them in full bagger, not full bagger, but it'll have saddlebags and a windscreen and shit like that. I mean, Honda Shadow, they make like 15 different versions of this thing. It's ridiculous. Great bike. Absolutely great bike. Anything that has the Suzuki SC, whatever. Look at Shay Lisi. She rides a Suzuki Savage, as I agree with. Shade Tree will always be the Savage. It is not the S40 or whatever the hell they call it now. It'll always be the Savage. It's a 650 thumper. It'll do 70 miles an hour without even you asking much of it. And you can buy one for about $200 to $2,500. Some of them in great condition will go with a little bit more. But you can sell them within a year's time and get your money back. And now you have a down payment for a bigger, better bike. The Suzuki Intruders, before the Boulevards, it was called the Intruder. You can find those all day long, anywhere from $700 in running order to, I think the most expensive I've seen is like $2,300, and that's for the 1400cc. You can honestly start in the cruiser life on a 1400cc Suzuki Intruder. You really can. If you have the patience and you're a big enough guy or girl, whatever, you can start on a 1400. It's not that big of a deal. It's a manageable bike. It's not going to wheelie out from underneath you and run you off into fucking oblivion. Stay away from the M Series, just because they're a weird setup riding wise, and that's the Boulevard. The Boulevard's a bigger bike. It's a big ass bike. Both the M and the C. They're just big, cumbersome. That's the other thing. Before you buy the bike, go sit on it. For the love of God, go sit on it. Even if you don't go ride it, sit on it. Have somebody hold the front wheel for you. See what that weight feels like. Weight is the big deal when it comes to cruisers. And yeah, you can ride around a 1,000-pound full Harley dresser or over 1,000-pound Honda Goldwing with no issue. And Goldwings are nimble as hell. But if you've never ridden a bike before, weight is an issue. It's stopping at red lights. It's not riding. Everybody's like, oh, yeah. This bike weighs 700 pounds. At a red light, it gets heavy. Riding down the road, you don't notice it. So, if you live in an area with a lot of red lights, like I do, weight is a thing. Yamaha. Fucking anything Yamaha. The V-Stars, the Viragos, they're all amazing. Doesn't matter what size. Give a damn what size. Just amazing bikes. Another great one, if you're a little bit bigger guy or whatever, if you can find one of the old ones. They make them in several different sizes. Even Bolt Bucket rides a Vulcan 800. It's the old carbureted. You can get them in a 500 parallel twin. It's the motor out of the old Ninja. Great bike. People have said that the Suzuki, or not the Suzuki, the Kawasaki Vulcan S, the new 650, is amazingly comfortable. I haven't had a chance to ride one of those. I've ridden one of the old 800 Vulcans. I've ridden one of the new 900 Vulcans. The fuel injection and all that. They're great bikes. They're absolutely great bikes. They're unbelievably comfortable. The stock setup of them is unbelievably comfortable. Bikes you might want to stay away from, and I'm going to be honest with you, stay away from Sportsters. They're not good beginner bikes. They're not. They're 600-pound, top-heavy, don't corner for shit. They're not beginner bikes. If you've never, ever been on a bike before, just don't. I know that's what Harley markets them as and all that. You are better off starting on a damn Heritage or a lowrider, not a lowrider, but what do they call them? Softail Custom. Or Standard. Those are better bikes. They're bigger CC motor and they weigh more. But the way they sit and the way they feel, I think make better beginner bikes. And the reason I can talk about beginner bikes a little bit more is I've been riding dirt bikes since I was a kid. Street bikes, I bought my first one 3 years ago. I am still a beginner rider. I've ridden friends' bikes on and off throughout the years and stuff like that, but I've never really owned one for myself. I'm poor. Motorcycles are expensive. And if you're getting into motorcycles because you want to save money, you might want to check up and see how much an oil change and tires are. 'Cause that shit gets expensive fast. And you go through oil faster than a car, and you go through tires a lot faster than a car. Fuel mileage is amazing. Doesn't matter what you buy, fuel mileage is great. I love it when guys sit around and talk about, oh, my bike gets 52 miles to the gallon. You ride a motorcycle. Of course you get great gas mileage. But when you're looking for your first bike, find something small. Find something used. Find something that's already a little ratted up. And it's kind of at the bottom of its price mark already. So it doesn't matter what you do to it. If you buy a bike that's already dinged, dented, bent, everything else, not bent. Don't buy bent. Sorry I said that. You can turn around and sell that bike for pretty much what you paid for it. And everyone always asks me when I got a lot of buddies who want to get into riding, but they're scared of it and they're scared of whatever. And I tell them, get a cheap fucking bike. If you don't like it, you paid $1,500 for it, $2,000 for it, turn around and sell it for that. Well, how do you know that I could sell it for that much? Because you were dumb enough to pay that much. Somebody else will be too. I hate to put it that way, but yeah, that's just how it goes. When it comes to motorcycles, they're worth what someone's willing to pay for them. It really is. You know, unless you're looking for, you know, stupid fucking expensive shit. But when it comes to beginner bikes, a lot of people think that, well, I paid $2,000 for this bike. It must be a better top end. No, it probably needs a new chain. If it has a chain, it probably needs a new belt. If it has a belt. If it's got a drive shaft, you might want to check the oil. It's just, be smart. Don't rush into it. Go out, sit on a few bikes. If someone will let you ride it, and you know how to ride, if you know how to ride. Because I know some of you have already taken the MSF course, or you're like me and you grew up on dirt bikes and stuff like that. You already have an idea of how to ride. Take it for a ride. Go down the street. Don't go off on some 10-mile trek and now you got the cops looking for a stolen bike. And if you do, for the love of God, put it on YouTube so I can watch it. But don't fucking kill yourself. Don't go out and buy, I want to start on a V-Rod. Good luck with that, bro. Good luck with that. That's a 1,000-pound bike that'll go really fast in a straight line, doesn't corner for shit. Breakout same way. Suzuki M109. Not a good beginner bike. You will die. And I want you to put that on YouTube too. Because, fuck it. I may ride motorcycles, but I love to see a good fail. But take to heart what I'm saying. Look into these bikes. Honda Shadow 650, anything Yamaha, Virago, V-Star, anything Yamaha Cruisers. Great bike. The Suzuki Intruders, and I say the Intruder, not the Boulevard. It's about the cheapest Boulevard you're going to find. It's about $3 grand. $3 grand. If you find one for cheaper than that, don't fucking buy it. You don't want the headache that's coming with it. Go with Intruder. At least if you get a headache, it's cheap to fix. It really is. I had one. Great fucking bike. I had a 700. And it did 100 miles an hour. With no problem. It meandered its way up to 100. Yeah, I'm going to have to edit in between that, figure out. So we're going to go back to, so I had a 700. It would do 100 miles an hour, but it took a little while to get there. It would go up to 75 without an issue, 80 miles an hour, no problem. But it would meander its way on up the rest of the fucking way. Got a buddy that's got an amazing Vulcan 900. Great bike. Absolutely great bike. One of the most comfortable bikes I've sat on. I would compare it more to like the Harley Heritage. I really would, with the way it sits, the way it feels. The size of it, I'd say Fat Boy, maybe? Maybe Fat Boy? No, Road King. Road King. I'd say Road King. But if you're looking to get into bikes and you want to buy a Harley, you want to spend the fucking money because you want a Harley. Number one, shit, everything on a Harley's fucking expensive. Everything. Doesn't matter what it is, it's all fucking expensive. Hold on, baby. Sorry, daughter's good. Yes, baby. You're fine. You don't need that title.
I want to take off my coat and put on my pajama castle.
It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. She wants to put on her pajamas because she's sleepy. Why do they always ask me this stuff in the middle of me making a video? Everybody thought when I blew a bubble, they said I love you, blew a bubble. I got so many comments and text messages on people from like that, but you can start on something better than a Sportster when it comes to Harley. Go have a seat on a few. Don't just walk in and be like, I'm looking for my first bike, and let them take you to a Sportster. I love Sportsters. I really do. I think they're fun bikes. But I don't think they're beginner bikes. I really don't. They're cumbersome bikes. Absolutely cumbersome bikes. And there's, God, so many street bikes that are quote-unquote beginner bikes that I would say, no, don't do it. Don't do it. But I'm not going to comment on street bikes on my channel. I'm not, unless I start riding them. It's not what I do, so I'm not going to put my hat in that ring. But yeah, when it comes to cruisers, CCs is not really what you need to be worried about. They all take off the same. They all ride the same. You just need to go sit and feel the weight. Feel the comfort. What's the bar reach feel like? Where's the pegs located? Do they have mids? Do they have forwards? Do they have that weird... Oh! I almost dropped my phone. Still waiting for my new phone. I shattered the hell out of my screen. But... they have that weird mid-forward, where it's not really forward, but it's not really mid. Anybody that watches my channel that's ridden knows exactly that weird fucking in-between I'm talking about. You feel like you're sitting on the toilet while you're going down the road. I don't know why anybody likes that. Either have your legs stretched out or have your legs up next to you where you feel like you're really gripping that bike. What is with the weird, I'm taking a shit on the freeway? Fuck, I don't get it. I don't get it. Please. Yeah, my phone told me I was out of memory on my SD card. So, but yeah, anybody that rides that weird in-between, the comment down below. Tell me what you love about that. I don't get it. I don't. I've ridden several bikes with it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not comfortable. You don't feel like your legs are stretched out. You don't feel like you're gripping the bike. Like maybe you got short legs. If you have short legs, I understand. I don't have short legs. I'm a short guy, but I got really long legs. Anyway, I think I completely lost track of this whole thing. But, yeah. Go sit on the bikes. Feel what's comfortable for you. And buy something. I've got something on my screen, and I can't seem to grab it. Yeah, I get distracted easy. I apologize. But go sit on it. If they'll let you ride it, ride it. Your first bike needs to be something comfortable. Something you can learn to ride on. It is not going to be the bike that you want. It's going to be the bike that you need. I just realized I was filming up my nose. Get the bike you need. Something you can learn on. Something you can still sell for what you bought it for. You may not make money on it unless you just get an amazing deal and you're able to buy something for way under value. Which happens. It really does happen. My husband left me. Who wants his bike? Kind of deal. Don't go out and spend 40 grand on your first goddamn motorcycle. Please don't. Please. Nothing makes my heart worse. Hurt worse than seeing some dumbass with a rashed up road glide because he can't hold it up at a red light because it's his first bike. Or someone on an Indian Challenger that just can't seem to keep it under control. Or hell, someone on a Bonneville, was it 120, the bigger motor, that'll run off and leave you. Yeah. That's why I didn't talk about Triumphs. Never ridden one. Want to. God, I want to. But I haven't ridden one yet. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm only going to talk about bikes I've ridden. I'm going to talk about what I know, and you guys can fill in the blanks. But if this helps anybody out, please, hit me up in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram at TruckandBiker77. I'll figure out how to do a little thing or put a link. I'm still working on this shit. Like I said, 40-year-old truck driver. Computers and YouTube, not my forte. Just figured if I'm going to work on bikes, might make videos out of it. But, yeah. Get something you can sell. Something you can learn on, you can sell. I don't really think it's that difficult. Don't put a whole lot of thought process into that first bike. Make it something you can learn on. You won't feel bad if you drop it. Because you're going to drop it. God, are you going to drop it. I dropped my Suzuki, God knows how many damn times. And it's not moving or anything like that. I'm like, hit the start button, and the bike jumps out from underneath you because it's in gear and you're not holding the clutch. I actually did that to the Dyna. Twice. And no, alcohol was not involved in any of that. But I want to see more people on motorcycles. People who have thought about it. If you've ever thought about riding a motorcycle and you have $250 to spare, go take an MSF course one weekend. Just go and ride someone else's motorcycle. And if you get an endorsement, you get an endorsement. If you don't, at least you learned whether you like motorcycles or not. That's all I gotta say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even with my kids talking in the background. If you do, like, share, subscribe, all the good noise. I'm Truckin' Biker. You guys ride safe.